Yes, dear Faiz, we can start now.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants to today's session of our industry-oriented statistics for AI, machine learning, and data science training program. As we progress further into the practical applications of statistics and machine learning, it is important not only to build predictive models, but also to understand how effectively they perform. Today's session focuses on classification model evaluation, a crucial aspect of developing reliable and effective machine learning systems. We will explore how classification models are assessed and how different evaluation techniques help us understand the strengths and limitations of a model. A model may appear highly accurate at first glance, but a deeper evaluation can reveal important differences in its ability to correctly identify different classes and make reliable predictions. It is my pleasure to welcome our esteemed mentor and speaker, Dr. Meher Chand, whose expertise in statistics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and computational sciences brings valuable academic and practical insights to this training program. Through his research driven and industry oriented approach, he continues to guide learners in understanding and applying statistical and machine learning concepts to real world challenges. I encourage everyone to actively participate, follow the examples carefully, and connect today's concepts with practical machine learning applications. With that, I warmly welcome Dr. Meher Chand and invite him to take over today's session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, dear participant, good evening and welcome back to the session. Okay, I think one or two session which we have postponed due to any reason, uh, we will take a special session. Okay, so that all the content which we have proposed for this workshop can be covered if there is any missing. Okay, so today's session is now really very valuable because when we apply any machine learning model and we want to develop some technique, okay, for that statistical analysis is one part, and the other part is to develop the intelligent technique by using machine learning algorithms. But the problem is that once the model has been created, how we can check the model validate or not. Okay, so for that we have some techniques, and these we have to apply. So without validation and cross check, we can't say that the model, the values which are returning and the predicting are correct or not. Okay, so today our session is based on this technique, and along with the I will because you all are playing with the data set. Okay, so with the help of some AI technique, just to take the help. Okay, this AI technique never replace the scientist. Okay, but they can help to the scientist to reduce the time. Those also we will discuss here, and how you can, because we have less time. During less time, we need to accelerate our performance. For that, if we are using this technique and reduce our efforts and can help to accelerate our performance. So there is no such problem. So we can have the human being can have limited idea, but integrating all these, we can have multiple ideas. Okay. So we can not only accelerate the performance, but we can have the numerous ideas also. And the right approach, we can choose it for the same. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen first. You can see this is my desktop, visible to all of you. Okay. So when we have applied any machine learning model, okay. So we want to check whether the model which we have created is returning the values which are greater than 90 or 95% or 99%. All these predictions are true or false. Okay. So for that, confusion matrix is a table used to evaluate the performance of a classification model by comparing the actual and the predicted values. Okay, so the test matrix, simply we can say there are several test matrices are there which we are required to implement to check the performance of the model. So in the confusion matrix is very, very important and very useful. Okay. So here you can see this is the matrix, and always this will have four values. This is for the binary classification. Okay. So the values which can be true or false, and in the predicted case, and in the actual or the real case, also these can be true and false. But the thing is, on the top you can see in this matrix, so we can have the predicted class. Okay, positive, negative, and here these are the actual class. Okay, positive, negative. So when this is positive and this is positive, this is the true positive. Model predicted one and it is one. Okay, this is one and this is one, and this is why this is true positive. And in if this value actual class is positive, but predicted is negative. Okay, this is zero. Okay, this is the false negative. Model predicted zero, but it is one. Okay. Then you can see the actual class which is negative, but here predicted class is positive. This is false positive. This is false positive. The reason is model predicted one, but it is zero. And in this box, you can see this is negative. This is also negative. This is true negative. Model predicted zero, and it is also zero. Okay, this matrix is very, very important. What are the meaning of TP, FN, FP, TN? Okay, so this will take some time to keep in mind all the information, because on the basis of these four values, we have other tests. And all these tests which we will use here will help us. Okay, and along with, you can see here, TP is the correctly printed positive. How many values are correctly printed? And this is the TN. Okay, correctly printed negative. Okay, and FP incorrectly printed positive. This is the type 1 error. And when we have the incorrectly printed negative, this is the type 2 error. So this is all about the printed class, the values which we have. Okay, from the entire data set. We will demonstrate here in the sheet also. These values TP, FN, FP, TN, all these values will be different. Okay, when we have the large data set, this will return some numerical value at the place of TP, FN, FP, and TN. Okay, and these values will be used to check the accuracy percentage. Okay, so on the right hand side, you can see this is the key matrix formulas. For overall correctness, we use this formula accuracy, which will be equal to TP plus TN upon TP plus TN plus FP plus FN. Sum of all these values, and which are taken here, TP and TN, TP and TN, these values for the accuracy. Okay, and upon sum of all these values which we will get. Then the precision, how precise is the positive prediction? So this is the formula. Precision will be equal to TP upon TP plus FP, and recall or sensitivity or true positive rate. Okay, how many actual positive did we watch? Okay, this is the recall. And formula is, you can see on the right hand side, TP upon TP plus FN. And specify the true negative rate, how many actual active did we watch? Okay, so this is the specificity. This is the TN upon TN plus FP. F1 score. Okay, the formula is F1 score, balance between precision and recall. So on the basis of these two, we directly can jump to F1 score. Okay, so F1 score will be equal to 2 of precision into recall upon precision plus recall. Okay, sum of multiplication of these two values in the numerator and sum of these two values in the denominator. And other useful formula, this is also very FPR fallout. This is the FP upon FP plus Tn, and FNR is equal to FP upon TP plus Tn. Okay, so these are the some matrices which we are required by using these formulas. Okay, but in the Python, these will do automatically by using the formula directly. Okay, so but we should have some information about all this and how this will help us to check whether the model which the values are predicting are correct or not. Okay, to check the performance, all these values which you can observe, we are using to check the machine learning performance. Okay, if any model is saying it is 99% correct, on what basis? What are the techniques to check? So these techniques will be used to check the performance of the model. And these are some interpretation you can see here. When to use which matrix? When to use which matrix? High precision when false positive are costly. Spam detection, fraud detection. For that case, we have to use high precision. High recall when false negative are costly, just like a disease detection, security threat. Okay. So in that case, we have to use high recall. And F1 score when you need a balance between precision and recall. Okay, for both, because when we will do separately, then it is very typical. But for the balance checkup, okay, when we need high precision as well as high recall. So in that case, we can use directly F1 score when you need the balance between precision and recall. And last one, we have the accuracy. So when classes are balanced and the cost of FP and FN are similar. So this will help you which type of the matrix we are required to use. So now you can see, suppose that this is the one of the visual example. So when you have any data set, okay, and this type of information will be there. Okay, so suppose that disease is positive. Okay, we have the medical test, and on the basis we have this confusion matrix. So these are the actual and these are the predicted. Okay, and when we will apply on the matrix confusion on our model, and suppose that the values which you can see here, this is 90, this is 10, this is 20, this is 80. Okay, so according to you can match with this matrix TP, FN, FP, TN. Okay, you have to keep in mind this model, and on the basis of this we can have all these values. So TP is 90, FN is 10, FP is 20, TN is 80. Now we are required to get the matrix. How we can do? Just you can see here accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, specificity. All these values are there, and you can see here the percentage also. So what you will do? We are required to use only these formulas. Okay, these are the formulas. For the accuracy, we are given precision, recall. With respect to all this, we have on the right hand side formula. Just we are required to put all these values which we get from this confusion matrix. Okay, and we can have this accuracy. Okay, and if we have the multiple class confusion, then we can extend. These are the predicted class, class A, class B, class C, and so on. And here we have the actual class A, class B, class C, and so on. Okay, so the diagonal you can see all these are A, B, B, C, C. So diagonal values will be correct prediction. And off diagonal values are the misclassification. Off diagonal means accept all these values. Okay, above the diagonal and below the diagonal. Each cell ij shows the how many actual class I were predicted as the class they. Okay, just like this is 1, 1. Okay, this is the actual class and this is the predicted class. Okay, so these values are denoted by I. These are the values of I and these are the value of j. This is the ij cell. Suppose that this is 2, 1. This is 2, 2. This is 2, 3, and so on. So the first, just like is the matrix. Okay. So this is the quick tips you can see. And the confusion matrix does not just tell you how many got right. It tells you how you got it right or wrong. Okay. So that's why the this confusion matrix is very, very important when we will implement, and on the percentage of this, we have to observe all these values. Okay, these values will help us to get the performance of the model. Okay, so then after we have further one more step after that, that is ROC AOC curve. ROC AOC curve. Come to here. Yes, this one. Okay, so this is the ROC and ROC curve and AOC. Okay, so this is also again very, very important. Evaluate the classification model beyond the accuracy. So ROC, what is the meaning of ROC? Receiver operating characteristics. Okay, curve shows that the trade-off between a true positive rate and false positive rate. Okay, across all the classification threshold. And AUC means area under the curve. Summarize the model's ability. Okay, sorry for the interruption. My system, due to the electric fluctuation, shut down. Okay. I have to, yes. Please 1 minute, yes. Okay. So now you can see my screen. Yes. And I was discussing about ROC, AOC. Yes. So sorry once again for the interruption. Okay, so these values are based on the same matrix. Okay, these are not new one, but here the values which we are required is one is the TPR. Okay, and other is FPR. Okay, so TPR is calculated by this formula TP upon TP plus Fn. This is the same formula, and from this we can have the true positive rate. Okay, this will give us the true positive rate, and FPR, this will give the false positive rate. Okay, which will be computed by 1 minus specificity, which will be equal to FP upon FP plus Tn. Okay, so these values are required to calculate TPR and FPR. So what are the meaning of these two values and where we will use? Come to here under this ROC curve. Okay, on the horizontal line, you can see these are the values which are false positive rate, FPR will be on this line. And on the vertical line, we can have the true positive rate. Okay, so the for the better result. Okay, this is the random classifier. Okay, so this curve is important for us. This part you can see must be towards the this corner. Okay, along towards this corner. Okay, the closer to the top left corner indicate better performance. Okay, so these are the values which you can see in the ROC curve. The plots TPR, y-axis against FPR at various threshold setting. Okay, and each point on the curve is the threshold which you can see here, and the curve starts at 0, 0. At this point is 1, 1, because these values are from 0 to 1, and these values are also from 0 to 1. Okay, so this is the diagonal, and the curve must be towards this corner, which you can see here, for the better performance. Okay, as much this closer to the top left. Okay, this is the top left. Okay, towards this corner. Okay, have the better performance. So this will help us to understand how the model is our. And in the case of AOC, that is the area under the curve. Okay, this represents the probability that the model rank a random positive example higher than the random negative example. Okay, so actually this will give the some values from this area. Okay, suppose that the range will be from 0 to 1, and perfect model we have 1.0, and no discriminant when we have the value 0.5, and if the value which will be under this curve, okay, less than 0.5, then worse than the random. So these are the values which you can see for the AOC curve, and on the basis of this we can say how is the model. So if the values AOC values are 0.9 to 1, then we can say the excellent. Okay, and if 0.8 to 0.9, good, and 0.7 to 0.8, and you can see that with respect to 0.8 to 0.7 and 0.5 to 0.6. Okay, so this value will help us to interpret the model, and here also you can see graphically. Okay, model A, model B, and model C random. You can see here, and different curves are there. So you can see the for model A we have 0.92, model B we have 0.75, and model C we have 0.55. Okay, so we need the highest this curve. You can see. So this is on the towards to this point. Okay, so with respect to this curve, which is model A. Okay, we are using different models and we are testing which model is giving a good performance. So you can see among all we have model A has the highest AOC value, which is 0.92, So this model is more accurate, giving the more better performance among others. So that's why we are required to use. So this is the, you can say, the code which we are required to check the performance. Okay, so these are the all about all type of test which we are required to use to check the performance of the model. Okay, now the thing is how we can use all this in our model by using Python. So for that, actually, my Anaconda was open, but due to the fluctuation by system, the other system which I am using shut down. So I just restart, but Anaconda I have to start. It will take few seconds in the open. Okay. So during meantime, one more thing I will let you know, which you can integrate for your study, for your uh, research. Okay. Just to take the help from the generative AI tool. That is also sometimes becomes very important. So what I will do, I will share with you. Okay. Yes. So one workshop is also going there, ethical use of the generative AI tool. Okay, so you can see this is the link. And by using this link, sometimes because all the generative AI tool, when we need to use, if we don't have the right prompt, okay, this will give some incorrect information. We are don't have the right approach to use. So the right prompt is very useful. So here you can see I recently I used in the during the session, and I ask here, write the prompt to model evaluation. Okay, analyze the, yes, this one. Okay, so I have the actual data set. I have the real data set related to breast cancer. Okay, and I want to apply machine learning model, but I don't suppose that I don't know how I can implement and which approach is fine to implement on that. Okay, so this will help to all the participants when we don't have any idea because data science is very huge area, and the data to data, all these things vary. And if we have the right direction, what we can do with our data set, which type of the technique and evaluation part we can implement, which model will suitable for our data set. If we have this idea, then we can easily implement all the techniques and whatever we want to do with our data set. So this will help you. What I do here, I just ask, I have data set on breast cancer, write prompt to analyze this data set and suggest to apply ML model, machine learning model. So this is the question which I put here. I have the data set. Okay. So when you will use this, you can see the application, which is a prompt. This will help us to write the prompt. So when I execute this one, and on the right hand side, you can see this is the prompt. Okay, according to my data set. My data set is related to breast cancer data set I have, and I want to implement machine learning. So when I ask from this app, you can see I have the complete prompt to use for my data set. Okay, so this prompt is very useful. Just like you can see, I have the data set analyzed to comprehensively and recommended machine learning model suited to the data set characteristic and potential use cases. Structure your analysis to cover the data exploration, quality assessment, feature insight, and specific model recommendation. And here we have the data overview, feature analysis, target variable, exploratory. Then here you can see the some model recommendation. Okay, so related to these questions are there. Okay, so what I do, just I will copy this data set from this place. And as soon as I will click on it, you can see four icons are there related to Open ChatGPT, Open Cloud, Open Gemini, Open Perplexity. So one of these tools you can use, but I will recommend you to use Cloud. Okay, why I recommend you Claude? Because there is one reason, and this will give you the complete insight about your data set, what are inside your data set, and which type of the model you can develop by using your data set. So everything by using, we can have the information. So here I copy this prompt which has been created, and then after I switch to Claude. So for that, because sometimes when we want to save the time and efforts, so we have to pay some also. Okay, so I am using in my daily routine Claude and Perplexity, ChatGPT also I am using paid version. Okay, Claude also I am using paid version. Perplexity also I am using paid version. Canva also I'm using the paid version. Okay, there are some more which I have to use in my daily routine because of multitask I have to perform during the entire day, and to save my time, to save my efforts, and to extract my performance, I have to adopt all this. But I'm not saying that you should have adopt all these tools, but only one or two tool you must have so that you can save your lot of time. Okay, so just like you can see what I have done for this code, I create one project. I create one project here. You can see the breast cancer data analysis. Now I will not perform all the tasks which I use, but I will demonstrate to you. Okay, what I have done with this data set. So here uh, you can see here I put the prompt you can see at the top. This is the same prompt which I create by using the other app. Okay. And here I put the entire prompt, copy and paste here. Okay. You can do paste and paste, and then you will ask to uh, perform the task. Okay. So when you put this entire prompt here, and exactly the executive summary is there. So it will take about 10 to 15 minutes because it is very deep. After doing the deep research, then this will return the output values. Okay. So here my concern is about see this is the breast cancer analysis. I will click on it. You can see on the right hand side. Okay, or either you can do just like here is the sign. Okay, and we can increase the font size to Control Shift plus. Okay, so all the information about you can see breast cancer dataset, comprehensive analysis, and the model recommendation. So as was the my prompt according to that, a comprehensive analysis is there, and a model recommendation means which model we should implement here. This is the main reason to show this because one of the participant was asking what should I do. Okay, so actually if you will take help because data to data we have the different techniques we have to adopt. So by using this cloud we can have the right information, and many things this will return us the comprehensive analysis with the model recommendation. So here you can see the data exploration and quality assessment. You can see here a complete report is there. Okay, then you can see the assessment, the prediction difficulty, and feature extraction. Okay, statistical properties, you can see finding symmetry, impact amortization. Okay, everything is there. Distribution shape and skewness, because all these statistical parameter help us to understand the data set. Okay, so when you will scroll down here, you can see the outliers detection, IQR method. Okay, how many values are outliers? And statisticians who are working, they easily understand the importance of outliers and how the outliers can affect the prediction and the statistical analysis. So we have to remove all this. So you can see by using this one, we have the all the information. Okay. Assessment, then handling the strategy, how you can handle feature correlation and redundancy. Okay. Everything. So this is the complete uh, analysis of the data set. You can see here. Okay. Then after come to scroll down, data quality assessment. Then we have the uh, machine learning model recommendation. Okay, so all the above before that in part 1, 2, 3, 4, we have the complete statistical analysis. After that, you can see we have the machine learning model recommendation, and along with which model is better and why you should use. So here you can see model are ranked by suitability to this data set, data characteristics, size, dimensionality, imbalance, feature properties, okay, scaling, correlation, distribution, computational constraints, clinical deployment needs, and interpretability requirement. So on the basis of this, we have the recommendation. So first one you can see recommended model, logistic regression. Okay, why this model suit, what it will solve, and key advantages. Everything you can see here. Okay, what will be the key challenges specific for this data set? Okay, and uh, this is the one thing. And expected performance, you can say this is the not the exact but expected. When you will use this model, expected is that 85 to 90% accuracy, and the values of AOC and AOC curve we have 0.85 to 0.9, which is a high accuracy. Okay, we can use this model according to this value, 85 to 90%. Okay, and when to use, you can see. So everything is there about all the models, which model you can apply, why you should apply, and when to use, and what are the reasons. So all this information, suppose that if one wanted to deploy, want to develop some mobile application or website application, so this information will help you to develop your model for the deployment purpose. Okay, so there is one part is there for only statistical analysis, but after that we want to develop the intelligent tool. For that we have to test. Testing is required, which we have discussed in the previous part. Now, for this data set, how and which type of the models are available, which we can implement along with this will give you some more information. See now, rainforest is there. So all these are the model name. Okay, all these are the different models are there, and according to the dataset, we have to adopt one of them. So model 1, model 2, and then we have the XGBoost. This is also the machine learning model. Okay, and you can see the particular setup. Then you can see this is the tier 2, solid and outright. Okay, so these various models you can see here, k nearest k, and then also one of the most important model. But from all this, we have to compare them, which model can give the more accuracy. Okay, so gradient boosting, so 7 models are there about. I think there will. So the tier 4, note recommendation for this data. If you want, you think that to use this model, we are not able to use. Why? The reason is there. Okay, so actually the meaning is that if you will integrate partially a generative AI technique to detect which model can perform for your better performance for your data set, this will save you a lot of time. Okay, so otherwise what you will do, you have to apply all the existing model and check the one by one, whether that is applicable or not applicable. So this is the problem. Because in the beginning, as you are beginner, okay, and in the beginning we have the challenges because we don't have the right information, we don't have the lot of the experience. Okay, for those people, we can take help from this side, and this will save you a lot of time and enhance your skill, and what are the background about all the models, and which type of the model can perform according to our data set. Okay, everything. This will save you a lot of time and lot of information, which where we lack, we can enhance from this place. Okay, so by doing the different experiment. Now come to here. Yeah, this is the entire table. Okay, this is the performance five-fold stratified. Okay, the first some of the model which can we can apply. logistic regression, random forest, XGB, SVM, KNN neural network. So from this, you can see some ideas are there. The accuracy you can see here. Okay. So I think this model, XGBoost and random forest have the highest accuracy to implement. Okay. So one of them we can choose, but here we have to check the training efforts as well as interoperability and inference time and training time and AUC. So this AUC ROC value are very, very important. Okay, so their intervals are there. So from by saying this value, as you can see, you can choose one or two model or three model. Then when you will actually, this is no. Once again, I will let you know. This is the idea only. This is the only idea. These models we can implement for our data set, but this is not the right or the exact information when we will apply for our real data set, because this is only the idea which you can see here. So what we do after that, when we have some idea, these are the models which are exist, we can try according to our choice, having the more accuracy according to the data set, because these are giving the only the range 92, 95, 94 to 97, 90 to 94, 85 to 90. Okay, these are the only the range. Okay, but when we will implement, so in that case, we have the exact output value. Okay, it can be 90%, it can be 99%, it can be 98%. But when you will implement this model, that can be more than 99%. One or two model have this range. Okay, for the real data set. So when two or three model, when we will try, four model can be tried, and you can try all these models which you can observe here. All these are applicable. But after that, we need to compare them, which model having the more performance, good performance. Then after we need to check the cross validation. After deciding the model, it's again the next level to check the performance. Okay, so in this way, this will help you. And one more thing which I need to explain here, when you will come to scroll down here, many information are there. When you will go through this complete file, and you will have how you can implement, okay, how you will upload the data set, what are the base logistic regression, how you will implement, all the detail are there. Okay, this also will help you to implement. You are not required to write the entire code. Okay, so just you need help only. Okay, when you will try one model, two model, three model, five model, automatically you will be perfect over how you can use these tools, how we can implement these tools to learn the model. Okay, so the entire sport will be here from this place. And now the next level is you need to use your next uh, to implement for the real data set. Okay, so this complete file will help you, and along with the you can share this file also. Okay, from the right hand side, you can see the publish artifact. Okay, and you can see this link is available. You can share this link with anyone. Okay, this is the one thing. Second, if you need to save this code in your Google Drive, just you need to click at the place, and this will be saved in your Drive, Google Drive. Okay, so yes, this will be available in Google Drive. This is the Google Drive. My Google Drive has been open. And you can see all the information which I discussed here. And on the left-hand side, we have the document tab. Okay, this is the document tab. You can see. So whatever you need to which part you want to check, just like part 6, just you are required to click here, and you have all the information. Okay, so by using in this way, you can accelerate your performance, you can accelerate your computing skill, you can save your lot of time without taking help from the other source. Because sometimes if we don't have the help, we wait, someone will help us. Okay, we will find lot of the literature we are required to find out. But on your desktop, you can have everything. So this is the one part, and also you can add this in your project. You can print your PDF file, you can download the MD file, and then after you can convert in any language. Okay, so this is also the one very useful for everyone, specifically for the beginners. Okay, so you should have the right information, how this tool you can integrate, but for the right purpose. So everything which you are getting is not the accurate. These are the just only the help for the researcher. Okay, so the rest part which we need, we have to use these instructions, and a lot of part has been done. We have to use the Jupyter notebook, upload the code there, then import the file, and then perform your task. Okay, so in the last session, we discussed that how we can upload the file, how we can read the file in Jupyter notebook, then after how we can clean the data set, how we can clean and prepare the data set, how we can apply the visualization, exploratory data analysis, many things task we have performed. Okay, and in the last session, we discussed how we can prepare the data set for the machine learning purpose. Okay, so up to the training part, we have completed this part. And this file, this CLAD prompt, the two files, two applications I present here. These will help you a lot of things. Okay, so this is the one part, and by integrating all this, you can save your time. Now see here, I have to open my Jupyter notebook. Do you have any question, please? Do you have any question? Yes, my Jupyter notebook is opening. So in my download, I have one file that is okay, classification model evaluation. Yes, this one. Classification model. Yeah, this one. So in the first part, which we discussed related to the confusion matrix, accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, ROC curve, AUC. Okay, other things are there. Yes, in the same way, same manner. Okay. Yeah, same procedure. For the machine learning, almost all the model have the same process. Okay. So here you can see classification model evaluation using actually the dataset which we are using are based on SNS. SNS means seaborne library. Okay. So all these things are similar, just like understand the classification model, evaluation, interpret the confusion matrix, calculate accuracy, precision, recall, F1, understand the evaluation of and for imbalanced data set, plot and interpret ROC, then calculate the interpret AUC, compare the different aspect of the classification performance. So this is the main reason. So the basic theoretical part we have covered in the previous part. Now we have here the real application, how you will perform all these things by using Jupyter notebook. Okay, so I execute entire file here, and all the shell has been executed. I can make it in toggle zone. Okay, so you can see the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, these are essential. Then for the machine learning model, just like for the logistic regression. Okay, so trend test we are required, is standard scalar is also required. Okay, these are the libraries which are related to machine learning. And these functions which you can see are the matrices, just like a confusion matrix, accuracy score, precision score, recall score, F1 score, classification report, ROC curve, ROC AOC score. Okay, so all these are required to test the performance. All this, the theoretical part we have discussed. Now the part is how we can implement for our any model. Okay, so this file is completely prepared for you so that to classify, to check the performance, we can use it. The complete procedure which we are required to implement is given in this file. Okay, so here you can see we are using here the data set that is Titanic. Okay, load the data set Titanic SNS. SNS is the seaborne library. From that place we are using this Titanic data set. And when you will check the head, so survival, P class, sex, age, um, SIB, parts affair, all these parameters you can see, alive, alone, etc. Okay, so this is the all the parameters which you can see on the top, and this is the info. So these are the same process as we do. So the examine the target distribution. Okay, so survived, and then you can see graphically. Okay, 0 and 1. Okay, for 0 and 1. Okay, 0 is used for did not survive. 1 is used for survived. Okay, so these are used here for the data set for the binary classification. Okay, just like you can see in the last column, true, false, alone, alive. Okay, for all these. Okay, we are using 0 and 1. So according to that, we have this is the info, the same part, examine the target distribution we are required. Okay, then the data preparation, and for that to prepare the data set for the machine learning purpose. Okay, so there will be two variable x and y. One is the independent and y is the targeted. According to that, we have to prepare our data set. Okay, so there are some unnecessary parameters, we have to drop them. Okay, we can use drop now to drop these unnecessary. Okay, and there are two variable x and y. This is the same process as we discussed in the last lecture. No difference. So the training sample we have are 571, and test sample we have are 141. Then the scaling, this part also we have discussed in the last part. Then the trend classification model, we are training the model here. You can see the y prediction, y probability. Okay, this is the logical relation is there. And here random state we are taking 42, model fit, y prediction, okay, and y probability, both are there. Okay, then this is the confusion matrix. Okay, this is the place where we will check the confusion matrix. All the true, negative, false, positive, these values will be calculated in this matrix. So when you will execute confusion matrix, y test, y prediction. So this value will be stored inside the CM. And if you want to print, then this is the way how we can print the confusion matrix. So these always we have four values: TP, FP, then FN, TP. Okay, these are the four values. As you can see here, true negative, false positive, false negative, true positive. These are the four values. Okay, after that we can visualize them as a heat map. So this matrix we can generate the heat map. So CM anode, FMT, and C map blue, X tick and Y tick are there. Survived, not survived, and this is a graph. Okay, not survived, 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 not survived. This is the predicted value, and this is the actual value. So this is the confusion matrix. Okay, these values are same as we have at this place: 75, 10, 39, 19. Just we visualize them in the graphically. Okay, sometimes when you are writing your paper, so graphically presentation are more valuable as the numerical value. So this is the graphical presentation is there. Okay, so this is the interpretation is given here. Then we need to calculate the accuracy formula is there. Okay, formula is also written here. So I can use here this sign and this sign control. Yes, this is the formula. Accuracy is equal to this one, which we have studied already. So here, how you will apply? Just you will write here accuracy underscore. Okay, the variables y test and y prediction. So this will return the automatically this value. We are not required to type here the formula. Formula is already and built in the Python. Just we are required to use it for what? Accuracy score. And these are the input argument which we are required for y value only. Okay, y test and y prediction. So this is the accuracy you can see here 0.6575. Okay, so here what is the meaning of this one? For example, an accuracy is 0.82, that means approximately 82%. Okay, but here we have 0.6573. It means it is 65.73%. Okay, similarly, we can have the value of the precision. Okay, I can correct this one also. Yes, sometimes this is the formula. Just you are required to use the formula at this place. Precision score. Okay, so the value is you can see 0.6552. Okay, high precision means the positive prediction contain relatively few false values. Okay, what is the meaning of this one? False values, false positive, uh, positive prediction are contain relatively few, very less few values are there which are false positive. Okay, recall, and the formula you can observe true positive. Okay, how many values are true positive from? Okay, true positive and false negative. TP upon TP plus Fn. Okay, actual positive observation, how many were correctly identified? How many values are correctly identified from TP plus Fn? Okay, so you can see here 0.3276. Interpretation is also there. We have discussed in the very beginning. Just here is the example how you can implement. This is the F1 score. So I can correct the file also. There is some error. So when you will get this file, you can easily have the formulas along with. Okay, so yes, this is the formula for F1 score 2 by precision into recall upon precision plus recall. Okay, and when you will execute F1 score, the input argument will be same for all the test. Okay, y test and y prediction, these are required. And the values you can see here very small, 0.4368. Okay, this is the classification report. This is very essential. This is the complete report we have. Okay, so when you will apply the classification report, y test, y prediction, so we have the precision, recall, F1 and sport. This is the complete matrix we have, which you can see. Okay, but you need its interpretation. For that, I told you many times and I demonstrate in the very previous examples. You can take the help from in the very beginning. We need more information, more elaboration, and as much you will have the detailed interpretation, you can have better understanding. Okay, so all the values which we get here, we have the complete interpretation. So the overall accuracy achieved, model accuracy is 66%. Okay, The approximately 66% of 143 observations were classified correctly, and 34% misclassified. Okay, so this is the complete report about the what is saying our entire model. Okay, so this is the actually the interpretation report which we need, which we are required to present. Okay, when you have the this matrix, after that we have to present in our research paper. So this is the way how you will write. Okay, everything is there, and only those people who have the statistics background, they can easily understand about all this. What are the meaning of recall? What are the meaning of F1 score and the other actual class and so on. Okay, so all the information when you will have the interpretation, so this report will help you to write to interpret your model. Okay, so this will help to classify our model. Then ROC curve. Okay, this is the ROC curve now. See, logistic regression and random classifier. This is the random classifier. And this is the actually the model you can see. So this part is toward and this side. This must be. But as much we have the this clause. Okay, so as much this value is high. High means this part is toward to this corner. We have high accuracy. These are the false positive rate. Oh, sorry. This is FPR and here is TPR on the vertical line. Okay, and here you can see one more thing. Okay, area under the curve. Here directly we calculate the area under the curve. You can see the area under the curve of ROC and AOC is 0.7187, means 71.87%. Okay, so actually this value you can see now, this is the general interpretation. Where is our value lies? This value lies between in this range, acceptable. Okay, in this range 72.70 to 0.80. Okay, acceptable. Okay, if the value we need actually the value between this interval 0.9 to 1.0. Okay, this is the excellent. So this approach help us to understand, to interpret, to validate our model. Okay, how is our model performance? Okay, this value is ultimately give some importance to the model. Okay, how is our model? Okay, this is the, you can say the health test of the model. Okay, this range is very, very important. Ultimately, this will help us to identify the performance of the model. And here also I try to include here the complete evaluation for accuracy, precision, recall, F1, AOC score. Okay, all these are here. Okay, so this value is more important. ROC, AOC curve. Okay, so all the other values is like accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score. Okay, there is no any, just like you can say the stability. Some are 65, recall is 0.32, and F1 score is 0.43. And this is the matrix comparison. Okay, so as much you will read about different trust, when you will apply, then you will get the report. You can take help from the generative AI for the interpretation. So when you will read out 2, 3 project reports like in this way, you will have the concept about which we discussed in the very beginning. Okay, about the confusion matrix, then different type of the test which we test matrices which we are required to calculate, which will help us to generate all these values. Okay, ROC and AOC curves are again very important to the area under the curve. So area under the curve is more important to get the how much the model is accurate. Okay, so all these we have the information in this file, and I hope that the today's session will help you to understand how you can check the performance, how you can implement the model, everything. Okay, so the file and the other content I will share with you in the WhatsApp group. So if you have any question, please you can ask from me. Yes, please. So did you get some information how these tests are valuable when you will apply any machine learning model? All the tests which you can see today, these are related to the machine learning model. Okay, for the statistical method which we are applying for any kind of the statistical analysis not required. But when you will apply for to develop the machine learning model, because there are two parts. One is the statistical analysis we can do. There is no such problem. Only we need to understand how we can implement with the real data set for all type of the statistical analysis which you are required. We can do. But when we develop on the basis of the data set, okay, we need to implement a machine learning model. Okay, also using the machine learning model, we can have the analysis of the data set. Okay, there are some techniques by using the machine learning model, we can do all those things. But if we need to implement, we need to develop just like recommendation model, assessment model, okay, prediction model. For that, we have to train the model. So after training, the testing and the validation, cross validation, all these are very, very essential part. Okay, so one part is also there, that is the cross validation. We will cover that part also in the coming session today, tomorrow. Okay, so if you have any question, please you can unmute your mic. Any question, please, dear participant? Are you there? Are you there or sleeping? Yes, please. Please thumbs up. Do thumbs up. Okay, all is well. All those who are listening me, thumbs up. There is a react sign at bottom. That place you can react. Okay. Yes, please. I can check you. Yeah, Arshila. Okay. Okay. So, dear participant, this is all about the today's session, and the content which I present here you can find in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and you must try all this. So, along with you must try. I hope that the project which I provide you, the other part which was not completed during that lecture, you can do complete now, because the rest part which we are required to understand, I have completed today. Okay. So as much you will try to complete the various examples, various model, as you can see here, data set there, no problem. But the problem is the thing to implement. If you are doing parallelly with me or after the time, it's good, because without having the practice, only listening is not sufficient. So I hope you will do some practice on all these model, okay, which I am sharing with you. We have a lot of model, but the thing is how much you can complete. Okay, so I hope that you also decide one model to complete if you are doing well. If you are not doing, then you should do. Okay, only by doing we can learn. Listening, we can't understand nothing. So if you will have some idea, or you have download your data set from any place, okay, and you must try to implement all these techniques which you learn from this platform in the past sessions. Okay, so thank you and good night. Tomorrow we will resume the meeting at the same time. Good night, everyone.